Oh, how you guys doing? No, I didn't receive anything in the postal mail from anywhere. If anybody sent me anything, uh, make sure everybody understands what kind of situation this is. These people have tried to murder me on jobs. These people have tried to steal my blood and sperm on jobs. People have tried to injure me on jobs. So make sure everybody understands what the situation is. These people are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. They kidnapped me from the mansions. The Beverly Hills Police Department has it on record when they kidnapped me, and what events of these trespassers and their assailants that had trespassed into Beverly Hills, even when Beverly Hills had numerous security guards in Beverly Hills and Bel Air. So remember that. There's even video of when I was younger. There's supposed to be a video of when these people had kidnapped me, or they tried to kidnap me when I was younger, or when I was before the 80s. And there was possibly a police video or a documentary of it in Beverly Hills. It might be a black and white video documentary. And hello, Beverly Hills Elementary, Junior High, and High School. Hello, school in Colorado and school in New York. And hello, friendly people. You know, I want people to understand what kind of situation this is. What these people have tried to do. What they have been doing. These people trying to steal my identity. These people trying to steal my mother and father's estates. These people trying to steal property and land. These people false advertising, claiming they were richer than my parents. People claiming they were richer than my grandparents. People claiming they thought they owned more land in America than my grandparents and my parents. You know, people need to know this information. These people are false advertising intentionally to try to steal the land and property and the higher rankings of wealth. And the Forbes magazine, how you guys doing, Forbes? And in reference to Fortune magazine, how you guys doing? But, in reference to people out there, I want people to understand what the situation is. I have friends of different ethnicities and nationalities, and I'm friendly with people, but, some people I don't hang around or I don't associate with because people have tried to hurt me. So mainly, most people know I stay in a lot because, in Indiana, people have tried to hurt me in a lot of places. And a lot of celebrities and entertainers know me. They've known who I am. The role protocol in the media is my identity. I don't know if executives of the companies tried to send anything or anything like that. I haven't received nothing. And, these people have tried to play this hostage game like they're trying to block me from billions of dollars and lawsuits and other things. So in reference to, I haven't received any of the monies from any of the courts. So obviously the courts have to be questioned what's going on with the postal mail. The evidence is there. It's all time and dated. So, these people that was trying to frame me or trying to steal from me or trying to hurt me to get out of the evidence that's already on record of what these people had done. These bad people. It doesn't make sense in the courts. The evidence is there. It's time and dated. And yet I haven't received lawsuit monies. And the Treasury was supposed to send me lawsuit monies if the criminals that tried to hurt me or people couldn't afford to pay the lawsuits, because the lawsuits are in the billions plus. They always start in the billions plus, because my mother and father was multi-billionaires and trillionaire acknowledgments plus. So, in reference to the information, this hostage situation, people, I want people to understand what kind of situation it is. This is very serious, and it's not a joke. This is not no tricks or anything. This is about real facts. But, in reference to the courts having the evidence and photographs of injuries and documentation of government people that have shot at me, government people that's tried to murder me, government freaks that tried to steal my identity. How many of the impersonators have they arrested that tried to steal my identity? The news networks need to ask them. People need to ask them. How many of them have they arrested? And in reference to the Treasury knows that most of these people that's tried to steal my identity was hired by somebody else in government or somebody else in some area of government. And the courts and the Treasury has dated incidences of these people trying to murder me. They have dated incidences of injuries. Where's the lawsuit monies? It's all time and dated. You can't cover that up. It's time and dated. And that it's factual documentation. You can't refuse to. The Treasury has to print lawsuit monies too. For me, in reference to these people not being able to afford their crimes of what they had violated of my life and my anatomy. So it's very serious. And hello, friendly people out there that are trying to help, acknowledgments of friendliness. There's a lot of things to talk about in the future in reference to this situation, and that satellite man just hit me in the teeth. So, there's a lot of information, a lot of importance of things in the future too. But, in reference to, the courts, what are you waiting for? There's already time and dated injuries that have occurred. Where's my money? Where's my lawsuits? It's time and dated. You think that those injuries that are photographed, that have been photographed in the past, and all the abuses of satellite, you think you thought that was what? You don't think that was evidence for lawsuits and court cases? I mean, seriously, where's the lawsuit monies? Where's the insurance monies? It's time and dated. It tells you. There's even codes of laws that my mother and father had on record and that the courts have on record in reference to what types of violations these satellite controllers and these other people that have tried to hurt me, what their violations are and why they don't have a right trying to hurt me, such as property or land or company or wealth protection, family history. And my parents didn't have no debts either. So, in reference to government doing this, it's criminal. And all the court cases, they have to look back at the time and dates and say, hey, why didn't I receive money on this date from the lawsuits? Lawsuits open and close every day. You got to count how many times that satellite man's been zapping me. And the lawsuits go up every day. How you gonna pretend like you don't know when it's time and dated? The injuries, the teeth damage, the facial damage, the blood theft, the sperm theft, and all the other types of injuries these people have tried to cause. It's time and dated. So the court judges have to be questioned. Why didn't the Treasury print the money? Because the courts have to call the Treasury and say, hey, this is how big this lawsuit is, which there's supposed to be a person from the Treasury in every court case. Because they're supposed to say who I am and who my parents are in every court case. There's supposed to be a person from the Treasury in every single court case about me. Every single court case. Do you understand that? And possibly there's supposed to be some other people, obviously, in court cases in reference to people trying to hurt me, people trying to steal my identity, people trying to steal property and land, people stealing the postal mail, people blocking me from having friends, people blocking me from receiving fan mail or friend phone calls or celebrities and entertainers. Yeah, somebody wanted me to mention something about girls in Hollywood that are friends. A lot of you girls, some people's wanting to know. I'll make another video in reference to friends or females, because a lot of people are interested. Not all girls I dated. It's some girls I'm just friends with, but in reference to people knowing that, like, is there a lot of guys out there that are interested because they're like, oh wow, that's one of their favorite female celebrities. Oh yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty nice. She's friendly. Or this celebrity female. Oh yeah, she's a great singer. She's a great artist. She's got a great personality. She's really cool. She's really nice and friendly. People want to hear some of those stories about female celebrities that I'm friends with are girls that knew me when I was little and they were growing up in Hollywood and I was growing up, in reference to, people that are real cool instead of people that are just, kind of like iffy all the time about, what kind of people some people are. And history of actresses and female musical artists, and in reference to performances that I've performed in, and TV shows and characters I've performed as in movies or TV shows and things like that. A lot of things of importance. There's a lot of friendly people in Hollywood, and a lot of things of the future in reference to American productions, and in reference to the future. There's going to be some traveling in reference to my mother and father's production companies. We're going to be doing some, there might be some friendly documentaries just about types of people in cities and states that are not government confused, meaning like they're not in government, meaning like just talking to people, like just a general American documentary about what people want to talk about or what people think about, certain things in America. Just kind of a pretty cool thing. But in reference to female celebrities and entertainers in different cities, I'm supposed to be traveling to my mother and father's mansions in different cities and states, but these government people are still trying to play confusion games, and they're still holding me hostage with their satellites, and they're stealing the postal mail. I've not received letters that people have sent either. So, in reference to people, think the future, because there's going to be important things of the future, and productions and movies, and people want to know how many movies I've been in or TV shows. Somebody needs to put that on the internet, and in reference to how many honors I've won in any movies or acting or Oscars or singing honors or anything like that. People might want to know some of that. Or, in reference to my supermodeling career, what name I modeled under when I walked the runway when I was younger, or, back in the day, or what name I played under in sports. And, there's a lot of things of importance, I try to stay active, in some way in reference to productions and sports and media and Olympics and nutrition. Nutrition is very important, and Americans need to know that. Keeping Americans healthy, and getting the older people back a little younger, and getting them a little in nutritional shape, and keeping America strong with friendly relations, and hello Asia, and hello Europe, and hello Italy and France and England, and hello Mexico, and hello Canada, and hello South America, and other big countries and little countries, and hello Hawaii and other friendly countries. Lots of things of importance in reference to people just want, a lot of people want to live life. A lot of people want to have inspirations for, they want to be in, maybe sing, or be in productions, or people want to be in business, or people want to, live life without always being concerned that they're going to be killed or murdered by dirty government in America, or some invading party that's trying to steal America. People are concerned about that every day, and it's not fair that, the disillusions that people in government have tried to create with their conspiracies, or their conspiring, and they must swim my mouth, with their conspiracies that they have tried to conjure up against the American people. It's not fair in this country. People didn't do that to you politicians when you were running for office. People didn't do that to you when you were living your life in freedom in America. You're disrespecting the American people and the rights of freedom in America. And it's not fair, dirty government man. People allowed you to have freedom. People allowed you to have freedom of speech and freedom of expression. So who the hell are you to be messing with American faces and American teeth and friendly races of people? And hello, friendly countries. Lots of things of importance. Hello, United Nations. A lot of people in the world want to be happy. A lot of people want to have freedom. A lot of people want to have fun and live life. So in reference to dirty government, and that's not fair what dirty government has done. them damaging my face and teeth, the dirty government trying to murder off Americans. It's not fair to America. We didn't do that to your people. Your people got into power, whoever some people are, and it's illegal power. And you trying to play displacement of blame for whatever problems some government man tries to conjure up for why he was burning Americans with satellites. That's not legal, man. That won't ever be legal. And there's, different races of people, black and white and every color in between, that want to live life and have fun and listen to music and watch movies and socialize with friendly people without the concern of some secret war that dirty government has tried to do to the American people. That's not fair. You politicians had freedom of speech before you got into government. And then some people got into government, and then they tried to restrict the freedom of speech of Americans and freedom of expression. And that is not fair, and that is not what this country is about. Freedom is very important in America, and freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And personal rights, and rights of privacy. So in reference to government, and in reference to good politicians versus the bad politicians, the American people need good politicians. And people, you want freedom and protection from criminals and dirty government. The American flag says freedom. And it's very important to this country. Very important to the future of this country. Very important to the future of people's lives and longevity. And people living long, long times of the future. People having good nutrition. And people living longer. Whether they do much of something or whether they just sit around and watch entertainment in the media. Those are American rights, man. Communism is not welcome in this country. And you American politicians knew that before you got into government. This country has guidelines and laws, and freedom and protection is important. And anybody that's blocking me from my mother and father's mansions, or any person that's blocking me from monies from my mother and father's estates that I was supposed to have received, those people need to go into court. I'm the only child of my mother and father forever, and you people have been blocking me for over 26 years in reference to my mother's estate, and you've been blocking me even for over 40 years in reference to my father's estate, over 40 years. Basic information of some things, they never paid, the government never paid the insurance policy of my father. The government never paid me. I got injured when my father got murdered when he died back in the day. And then he was frozen, of course. He's going to be, hopefully, come back to life. Anything's of importance, and in reference to when they murdered my mother, my mother was frozen too. Anyways, lots of things of importance, and more to talk about in the future.